Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Burt and Burger Podcast, episode 68, and we are happy to have all of you guys here. With me, as always, is my cousin Burt, and today we have a beautiful, lovely guest on the show, and we have Mr. InfoChecker. How's it going, dude?
Ooh, it's going amazingly well. I'm loving all those adjectives you used to describe me.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Mr. Dr. Daddy InfoChecker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, hit me with that.
I started getting nervous and pinching my nipples, so if that doesn't make sense, I apologize, guys.
Bro, same. What you talking about?
Yeah. Bert's like, you pinch your nipples? I pinch my balls, but yeah. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. Happy to have you. We're just trying to bring a little bit of the family element to the podcast world. Bert, where can they find us?
Yeah, we have full episodes up on YouTube and Spotify, as well as highlight clips up on Twitter and TikTok.
You can find us everywhere.
Nice.
And everywhere. Yeah, no. So we got InfoChecker on. So first things first, Bert, I know you want to ask this as well. A guy that is a big meme on Ifunny, out of all places, where everyone's tagging you, everybody's DMing you. We did not expect you to sound the way that you do. Holy shit. That's like a gorgeous voice that you got there, Info. God damn.
Oh, you're welcome. I grew it myself.
Yeah, no, fuck. That is impressive. I was not we were expecting some little Weasley little fuck or something like that on the
Bro,
on the other side.
I can give you what you want, though.
Yeah. No, god damn, dude. It sounds like a baritone guy for the a cappella group or something like that.
You'd be surprised at how close you are to being right on that.
Damn, I just pulled that out of my ass. It sounded good.
I know, right?
Yeah. God
Beautiful.
damn. So, but yeah, no, I was super impressed by that. So, what can you tell people about us about InfoChecker? Who is InfoChecker? What does he do? Where's he at?
Ooh. Who is InfoChecker?
Yeah, what is InfoChecker?
Just getting all the questions.
Yeah.
Why? So, the story should really start off. I had this other account. It posted funny advertisements that I just found that was, in my style. The ones I liked, this is Ifunny back in freaking, I don't even know, 2014, 20, somewhere around there when I actually got it. So I ended up getting it, and I went and had this one account for years and years and years, and then cut to COVID. So we're back in March, early April, late March, that kind of feel. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to change my theme up. Let's go to the information account. I'm smart. I did academic team. I did all this crap stuff like that. And when I say I'm smart, that's I'm justifying for a lot there. So
Sure,
no worries.
yeah.
So I went and I decided to do an information account, fun trivia, things like that. And I was surprised at the reception that it got. Immediately people were tagging me and doing all this fun stuff, and asking for my opinion and stuff, and in a place where I really had no say ever before. Mm-hmm. My name was becoming recognizable. People would, before, my username, no one knew it, and I still keep it private, but if you look hard enough, you can find it. Mm-hmm. But it's not something that a good portion of Ifunny, at least part of Ifunny, would know. It was a huge blow up. Thousands of subscribers a day. At times, it was such a jump, so it validated that sense. And so I was like, okay, shoot, I guess this is something that people want, but there was never a fill for, so I went ahead and filled in that niche. It was really cool to be able to use something that I love to do anyways into this aspect and be able to throw out all of these cool fun facts and be able to say, hey, this is a bit misleading, and junk like that. Because one of the things that I ended up learning throughout this experience was that the number one place that most people will get their news from is not newsworthy sources or even friends. It's social media. Mm-hmm. Social media dictates where people will get their information and news more than any other aspect of media combined. It's crazy. And once I started figuring that out, it validated that as well in a sense and gave me a more professional purpose, I guess. I say that as in Ifunny Cloud is not the clout to have if you were going to choose one of those social medias.
Right.
Yeah.
But in that kind of sense anyways. So it was really fun to start to get to work on that stuff. I got together a bit of a team. We would make things and go on Photoshop, and as a college student with access to all this media, it was real cool to start actually developing that for a different personal sense. So it was really cool to actually get the ball rolling on that and get it moving and see the reception that it got, which the reception also came with some negative reception, people saying like, oh, you're a know-it-all, or even worse, I've had like loads of accusations against me. And
Damn.
so I know all that kind of stuff, it still builds up because you realize that Ifunny will kind of do that to anyone.
It's just Ifunny,
People
yeah.
getting popular won't all, yeah, exactly. People getting popular won't exactly have that reception good anyway. So it's a bit of a coin flip with what's today going to treat me with? Will there be a lot of people that, you know, are attacking me in the comments, or will, you know, people be nice to me? But I've never let it affect me personally. It's always been an issue, but you know, Ifunny can think what Ifunny wants, which is also why I don't tag myself into my personality into Ifunny. I try and make it, you know, keep the lore to itself.
Sure. Yeah, dude. So it's just like your profile is a literal meme where people
Yeah, I
will
know.
like, you go through all of the features and you go to comments and they're tagging you all the time,
Yep.
like asking you to verify this. I gotta ask, like, what are your DMs like, or what are your ats like? Like, is it even
It's
enjoyable
so
anymore?
crazy.
Like, how do you organize all that shit?
Well, what I ended up having to do was turn off notifications for my phone for Ifunny, period.
Yeah.
So, because otherwise it would be blown up all the time. And then I had to whittle that down so I don't check when people repub or smile on my content or smile on my comments or anything like that. The only notifications I get are of people commenting. So that's the only type of thing I allow in my activity filter. People that comment on my comments.
Okay.
So not even on my posts or not even anything like that.
Sure.
Because there's really no other way to keep it in a way where I can actually see the important stuff. And the cool thing about ats is that they don't actually work unless you're mutually subscribed. So all those people tagging me at InfoChecker, what's this? Most of the time, I don't even see those things because
Good.
we're not mutually subscribed.
Fuck.
The first post on my profile, the one that's pinned, says stop tagging me. Like, bro, let me, like, send the post via chat. We'll deal with it that way. If you tag me, you can't get upset because I don't respond or don't even see it. I can't see it. Like, you're just kind of shooting. It'd be the same as if you didn't tag me at all and just wrote the name InfoChecker.
Yeah.
Like, well, he'll see it.
Yeah.
No, it won't work like that. But the DMs itself are also a huge mess. I have to tell people, spam the crap out of me if you actually want to talk to me, because people will do that and then it'll just get buried under this, like, tons of people just like throwing me pictures or memes and stuff like that. Like about half of the stuff I get is actually InfoChecker related, and the rest just like, you know, I'm shit posting basically, stuff like that. I don't know, swear words they good on this.
Yeah, you're fine.
I was reading your account. Did you ask us if it's okay to swear on Burton Burger?
Yes.
Did he just ask that? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Just want to make sure. I see in the not the comments, but the description of the videos is like family friendly, trying to bring that aspect. Then again, y'all did talk about porn, so
Yeah,
I'm not really
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Lots and lots of porn. Yeah, yeah. No, you can say a couple bad words. That's okay. I think we'll.
Call that one. Don't lose
yeah.
your rating.
Yeah, yeah. I got my notepad out, so you better watch your tongue.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'll take that.
Sure.
But yeah, so what was I saying? Just like, yeah, those are the kind of things that people send me in the DMs and chats and stuff like that. And then low key, like sometimes I'll just literally get nudes.
Nice.
It doesn't matter the gender. No, it's not. I'll just be going through it like at work or freaking in my classroom, just like scrolling through. And I had to like kind of stop doing that because it leads to that kind of stuff. It's like, ooh, this isn't what I wanted to have pulled up on my phone right now.
Yeah.
So let's get off this DM real quick.
Sure.
But it comes and goes.
Sure. Yeah, that makes me nervous now that literally family friendly is not what we were trying to go off. after Info said that comment, that's like haunted in my mind now. Literally, it's gonna be like a mom like, I wonder if my kid can listen to this podcast and we're talking about moose titties and shit.
I mean, yeah, you got family friendly written in the description. You know, what do you think your audience is?
Yeah, family element and family friendly is totally different. We're about to get sued. Uh-oh. We're gonna get sued.
Lame.
Well, nah, any publicity is good publicity. Cool. So, to all the moms out there, hit Bird up. He likes MILFs.
Yeah.
Relax.
Cool. So, yeah, no, it was a bitch to get a hold of you, dude. So, I literally would have to the spam you specifically to try to get you on the fucking podcast. I'm like, I wonder if he wants to come on. And you're like, dude, you got to spam me. I'm like, Kay,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
I feel
I'm
like
sorry
Bert
about
right
that.
now, but okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so going around and just checking the facts. So it's from what I understand, the meme is people, there'll be a fact that's featured or something, and then people will be like, yo, InfoChecker, is this
Yep.
legit? And then you do the research and you're like, yes, this is legit, or this is fucking bullshit.
That's pretty much how it goes. Most of the time, I don't even wait for people to comment that kind of stuff. Usually because
okay.
by the time they comment it, I'm not gonna see it immediately, and it's gonna end up being like a good couple hours. And after that, you get the feature wave, and no matter what I comment, it's only gonna get maybe a couple hundred likes at that point, instead of like being able to actually make a difference. Regardless, I still comment as much as I can, and sometimes days are harder than others.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much how the process goes. I'll find a post, and I'll be like, all right, does this seem legit? And then if it doesn't, or maybe it's a little questionable, I'll be like, all right, let's put some effort into it. So I'll go look at some stuff, obviously with Google, just try and see what articles pop up when you say that. Or I'll just reference whatever article, was featured in the post, and then look up information and credibility about that post. And if it's like, never mind. I'm not going to say any post just because Babylonian Bee, there we go. That's pure satire.
Sure.
So if it's Babylonian
Sure.
Bee, usually at this point, most people know. And so I don't check like Babylonian Bee and The Onion and stuff like that, just because I feel like people can understand that it's satire at that point. You would think, actually, but
Yeah.
still.
Oh.
But if it's like a different, like a little more plausible, or if it's like a tweet that looks a little altered or stuff like that, and they'll be like, all right, let's reverse search this image, or let's do stuff like this to try and figure out if it's actually real. And I go by two sources. So if one says it's true, then I look around for another one. And if two says it's true, I'm like, okay, if they're both credible and stuff like that, that's good enough for me. I can post this with confidence. And a lot of
Okay.
people have come up to me asking, like, hey, you should, like, yeah, go ahead. You should shit post, and you should do stuff like that. Just comment fake stuff every once in a while. It's like, yeah, I'd lose my credibility. It'd only take like one or two times before people would be like, yeah, but InfoChecker gets wrong sometimes, or sometimes he's just messing with us. So it does put a lot of pressure on me to make sure I am right almost every single time that I comment, because only going to take one time before people are like, no, we can go for someone else, or he's not as credible as we thought he was. But I try my
Okay.
best.
Yeah, it would be
Sure.
cool if you could figure something out. If you did almost
Right now?
that kind of onion-like,
Oh yeah,
you
just
know,
parody,
post or something.
satire.
Yeah.
Those are always fun. Yeah, they
Yeah.
always have the weirdest headlines, and by just the headlines alone, you would think that most people would be able to differentiate it.
Right.
It's not always the case. People would be like, "Oh my gosh, is this real? What the heck?"
Ooh, or
Freaking,
you
it's
could like
obviously not.
yeah, or you could get like actually true things and then just make up a totally fake backstory on how it's fake. That could be cool.
Yeah, that's where we get into the danger territory. I'll let y'all have fun with that.
Right.
Yeah, Bert, you can make an iPhone and do that.
Yeah.
You're
go
gonna
for
start
that.
underground Ifunny conspiracy theories.
Oh, you play, but yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. Who knows? It's always fun like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ifunny's a pool of information. Some right, some wrong.
Something
and-
like
Yeah,
that.
you can call it
yeah, that's the
information.
biggest way I can describe it. If I go too much into it, people are gonna come back and be like, and reference this and be like, "Oh, InfoChecker said this."
Sure.
It's always been like that.
That's fine. They can reference me. Ifunny, gay. Continue.
There you go. iFunny is a good community, though. I found some amazing people and amazing friends on iFunny. They have loads of options, and with the chats especially, there's lots of places for people to meet other people and to, talk about whatever you want to. What I've usually used it for is talking about people that go into the same industry as me, the filmmaking industry. And so it's real cool to find people that share those similarities and are able to respond back in an intelligent manner and that kind of stuff. So if I'm asking like, hey, do you understand, or how would I flag this shot? You're not asking like, what do you mean by flag, or junk like that. It's
Right.
understood, and it's actually a relief. I can find all these awesome people without actually having to make an effort. It's good in that sense.
Okay.
yeah, hopefully that, makes up for me almost dissing on Ifunny. Ifunny is awesome. Don't get me wrong. There's aspects I do like and some I don't, but there's a lot more that I do.
Anytime I bring up Ifunny outside of Ifunny, people are like, that's still a thing? Like, I'd use that in middle school or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly, yeah.
You tell them you have a big Ifunny account, they're like, okay. That's like saying you have a lot of MySpace friends. Like, that's cool, I guess.
It's always cool, though, if someone's, like, saying, if they mention iFunny first, it's like, oh, well, do you know the, the InfoChecker?
Yeah.
And I'm surprised at the varied response I'll get. I'd be like, because most of the time it's a yeah, but then sometimes you'd be like, wait, what? What are you talking about? What's an InfoChecker? And it's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, then you start spooking them off because you're like some big like Ifunny fanatic and connoisseur and everything. Like, hey,
no, exactly. Yeah, I'm not trying to come off like that. I'm not trying to come off like that.
Yeah, you're naming off all these big Ifunny accounts, and like Ifunny has profiles.
Exactly. Yeah, they'd be like, what? It's not just the feature scroll.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's fun.
Sure. Bert has something that he's been itching to get off of your chest that I've been trying to make him ask you for about 15 minutes now, and he won't fucking do it.
All right, Birch, scratch your itch.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Start scratching your asshole, Bert.
I don't remember if you exactly went over it, but I myself am I think you could probably say I am a typical Ifunny. Like, I have probably a similar average IQ of a normal iFunnier.
An average IQ.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of dumb people that'll probably bring that average down.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, I have a buddy that I end up mentioning something around. I'm like, hey, do you know about this or that? Mm-hmm. And then I always feel bad because he instantly just turns to Google and he has to look shit up for me all the time. So I was curious if the lack of intelligence on the internet helped you decide to make your channel, or did you kind of fall into this? Like, I guess you could say my friend did. Or is this like you're good with Google?
That's a really good question. Yeah. The lack of intelligence. So basically me seeing that there was a hole and then filling it. Yeah. Is that the question?
Yeah, like the void. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't, because honestly I didn't expect it to blow up like it did. Because when I started off with it, like I said, I was just posting funny ads and, that wasn't even regular at all. I was doing my own thing, just features for features and nothing less, nothing more either. But like I said, because here's the thing, I am actually pretty well versed on surface level for a ton of random junk. I did academic team in high school, which is like a Quizlet kind of thing, Quiz Bowl kind of thing. Where you just question and answer. I don't know how wide the academic team term is. Anyways, it was
like Jeopardy.
Yeah, exactly.
Game shows, yeah.
Sure. Like Jeopardy, basically. But I did that kind of stuff in high school, and we had won tons of competitions with it. And so when it came to this, and I saw that there was something that could be filled, it wasn't that I thought everyone was dumb and not me. It was more, let me add to this.
Okay.
It was, let me add to this. What can I provide more information about? Because also, there's definitely sometimes you reach the end of a post and it's like you have questions like, but what about this character? What about this person that happened? Or what about the date? Or what was the backlash? Or anything like that. And I wanted to provide something that could throw that in there. So I went to change my username, and I was like, all right, we'll do fact checker. And it was taken. So I was like, InfoChecker. We'll run with that. Found a Google image for a check mark. Yeah, I didn't realize if I would have known at this point, or at that point, what would have it accumulated to with the literal, oh my gosh, thousands of subscribers, which I don't believe all of them are actually people, but that's a story for a different time. Anyways, but yeah, if I would have known that it accumulated to this point, I probably would have put a whole lot more effort into what I was doing. But no, it wasn't because I thought everyone was dumb and I wanted to make
Bert basically was like, hey,
accessible.
were you a cunt about this, or did you actually want to do something?
Yeah.
No, hopefully I'm not being portrayed as someone like that. I really wanted to just
You're really not, Bert.
Stuff out
like
there.
Bert said, he's like the below intelligent iFunny user. Yeah. No, I thought you were coming off as a real humble person and really proud of where you came from, and Bert's like, yo, you kind of sound like an asshole.
No. No, because it's
Hopefully
like
not.
no, because it's like most even YouTube channels and just channels on the internet in general. The big ones come from filling a void. Like they're the first person to step into a void.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That realizing that there is an opportunity here, or that there's a lack of something, and then becoming whatever that is. But if you want to do your own thing, then make there a lack of something, then fill that void yourself.
Exactly.
I can't remember who said that, but that's a quote from someone. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm going to show how dumb I
probably-
really am.
Probably
like it.
Jesus or something. But
As Jesus said.
yeah,
make a
as
need,
Jesus
then fill
said,
it.
yeah, if there's not enough stuff out on the internet for it, start it up. Start a YouTube channel for it.
Start yourself.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, sure.
Has InfoChecker kind of sprung from Ifunny, or are you still only on Ifunny, or what's the
Well,
kind
I
of
do
path
have-
that it's taken?
Okay, well, for InfoChecker itself, it is pretty much just Ifunny.
Okay.
But I do have other accounts that I use for YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that, and where I also have thousands of subscribers. But that's just because of I'm going into the film industry, and I post videos, and those videos are usually well received. Getting like
gotcha.
hundreds and thousands of views and likes and
Fuck
stuff
yeah.
like that. But that's by myself. Like that's completely separate. I thought about one time saying,
sure.
"Hey, iFunny, check out my YouTube channel," but then it would pinpoint exactly who I am and all that fun stuff, which
Sure.
would never. It wouldn't be a good thing to go ahead and do that all the time.
Yeah,
and
no.
just go ahead and put my name out there.
Yeah, so maybe we should get that guy on the podcast for our next
Yeah,
guest.
exactly.
So, like, for episode 69, it'll be your
alias.
YouTube channel, but we won't act like it's the same guy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's
Be
like, oh yeah, we
who's
got
this?
fucking, this dude.
John
He's
Baloney.
completely, yeah,
Yeah, that's the name.
yeah. Completely unrelated to. Okay, gotcha. I was just
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
wondering, like, InfoChecker, like, if iFunny's great and all, but imagine if this took off on something like
Right.
Facebook or Instagram or something like that, to where people were tagging you to check information there. Then you're not in such a niche audience anymore. You know what I mean? Like you
No,
open
exactly.
yourself out
You
to
can
the
actually
fucking
develop
planet.
yourself.
Yeah,
And that's what I really wish I could do. And like to tag my YouTube channel and to tag my other accounts. That way people could also see the art that I create. Because I also have stuff on Spotify. I have things on YouTube. I'm a musician. I can play the piano, and I have my own music, and I have my own videos and musicals, but I can't show anyone it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
actually a bit annoying because if I mention it, people are like, "Oh, let's have a listen." It's like, it's gonna feel like I'm making this up right now, but I can't show you. Like, if I made something, I guess, really for iFunny, that'd be the
Yeah.
only way.
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah,
I
just
can
like
only
me
just
and
promise I'm not
Tom
lying.
Hanks. We went and got lunch yesterday, but he wants to
Yeah,
keep it
yeah,
on
of
the
course.
down low, so I can't show you the pics. But they're there. I
Exactly.
promise.
That's how it feels. That's exactly how it feels. It's a
Yeah.
bit annoying.
Yeah, no, it's kind of the opposite problem that Bert and I have. So we and growing our podcast, we couldn't advertise it anywhere because we have our professional lives outside of B&B. So it's
course.
not like we can just post it and like, hey mom, check out my podcast. We talk about
Yeah.
gay pornography here. So yeah, and we talk about how we jerk off. You'll love it. So we had to keep it super quiet, and then that is when we started posting it on iFunny. And
Yeah.
because people like shitty content over on iFunny.
course,
That's where
absolutely.
this podcast started to grow, was over there. So and then we moved on to iFunny 2.0, also known as TikTok. And
Oh, how dare you?
which half of iFunny is now TikTok, unfortunately, but
You're right with that.
it's whatever. But that is when we started to see things grow more. It was when we could advertise as Bert and Burger and not as our real selves anymore. It's just like, hey, yeah, totally check out this podcast that I'm not in. I just think they're silly. You should subscribe to it.
Just a silly little podcast.
So, but yeah, no, it's definitely a balancing act kind of thing, to where you want to expose it, but you don't want to expose yourself. It's like, can I just expose
Absolutely.
just the content, please and thank you?
Yeah, it could be annoying. Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. So now, did you just kind of like have a change? Like, did you decide to let the walls down a little bit because you're starting your own podcast? I saw with some other guys, and or some kind of show with other friends.
Yeah,
and
I wasn't gonna bring it up because it would be advertising on this, and I didn't know how y'all felt about that.
Oh no, yeah, we were 100%. I have it down in our notes that we were gonna bring it up. But
Nice.
you have that, and we also reached out. I don't know if you remember, but we reached out like a year ago when we first started, and
Oh, did you know?
we were like, yeah, you should come on, and you're like, I would love to, but I've gotten death threats, so I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, because before, in fact, it was only in the past couple months I've actually let my voice be a thing that can be visible.
Okay.
Visible in a sense. Just because it's not really a voice you could pinpoint to many people. However,
Yeah, again,
hopefully
very
in the next
surprised by
couple
that.
years, yeah, hopefully in the next couple of years, you go to a movie theater and you might be able to hear it somewhere. We'll find out. That'll be
Yeah.
interesting
That
later.
would be cool.
But yeah,
Starring InfoChecker.
I know, right? I never know either. But no, I've definitely become more lax with it, especially since most of the drama that I was associated with that got me those threats has like died down a lot. It'll always resurface every couple of months, but for right now, I'm feeling pretty good. I haven't gotten death threats in a while.
Yay.
I lied. I actually got one today, but like it's stuff like I haven't gotten a
Well,
lot.
it's because you
in a
were
while.
late for the fucking Discord call. I'm kidding.
You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna kick
It
your
was about you
fucking
too.
ass.
There we go. But yeah, no. So I've definitely become more relaxed in that type of concept. I've been able to post more videos on Ifunny that include my voice and can include some other aspects besides just that trading card looking thing that I do all of my stuff on. Videos and audio and stuff like that. And now with the podcast where we're going to be interviewing other iFunniers that are pretty popular. We've got a good number of interviews that have already happened, but we're saving them all so we can post them in a episodic format instead of just doing one and then maybe a week later do another one. So we go ahead and record them all, and we're going to ship them out like that so that we can have more of a season in a sense. It'll feel more
dope.
put together.
I see what you're
Yeah,
doing.
that's the plan
That's
at
very
the
cool.
moment. It's gonna be really, it's gonna be awesome. These people are absolutely amazing. It's cool to because the account is one thing, then you dive down in the personality and the stuff behind the account, and there's so many more cool things that you would have never gotten to know about them. And I really find that awesome. That there's all these cool people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I would love to talk a little bit about that podcast a bit more. But the one question I do have is you got a nice little blue check mark next to your name, next to your blue check mark in your profile.
I know, right? I have
So
two
got-
blue check.
You're like verified.
Two blue check marks.
You're like verified twice, which is fucking cool. But what was
Yeah,
what was the
exactly.
process on that? Because we've gotten iScare on. He was one of our first guests, and he's verified
saw
on
that episode.
iFunny. Yeah, he was one of our first guests ever, and he got verified after he was on the show. So
wow.
we weren't really able to. Yeah. So that's the Burton Burger effect there, InfoChecker.
Exactly.
You
So
come
what's gonna
on
happen to
here
me
and
now?
some big shit happens. But yeah.
So I finally get featured. Then is that what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I don't.
this point.
We'll fucking see. I don't know, but
Yeah, exactly.
what is that? What is that process like to just kind of get that verified profile in general? And was it something that happened pretty easily for you, or like what's the story behind that?
So to be verified, is that what you're asking? Like what the process is?
Yeah.
Okay. So here, I put a post in the chat at the moment. It's how to get verified. I'm just going to read it out real quick. So
Sure.
I said that there's actually been a ton of questions around what actually counts towards getting verified on iFunny. So here's some tips, tricks, and hints as to how you can get that official check mark. And the most important thing is that the verify team looks for is original content. So if you make something, watermark it. Make sure that you have your own stuff. Don't really pull stuff and then watermark that, because they can check and they can find out. Make stuff that is yours. Make some OG stuff. And if you have a lot of it, they look for that and your chances go up. The next thing is consistency, and this includes being active, repubbing less, but still repubbing, posting more, and engaging with your subscribers, and also providing a dependable source for whatever content you provide. So making sure that you are reliable in how often you post. So it's not something like you post and then a week later you post again, and then maybe 2 weeks later, which is low-key kind of what I do anyways. But anyways, making sure that you have content that is available and always consistent. And then really the last thing they look for is that you are positive and that you are a positive community input. And they can see if you ever banned and then why. And it's important not to get banned and to have that positive influence in the community. They can also like go over some of the stuff that you send and of course the posts that you do to check, is this someone that we want to recognize as a significant member of the platform of Ifunny? And if you maybe aren't the most positive person, or you bully people in the comments or stuff like that, you probably won't get verified. But those are really the main 3 things that I've learned that really help you out.
Okay.
Dope. And then they
So if
do
you're
like
interested.
they do like a verify night kind of thing too, right? Or does it happen randomly sometimes as well?
You're totally going to have to repeat whatever you just said because my internet is being dumb.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Sorry, you have to repeat that.
did I literally make as much sense as Bert does when he talks? Holy shit!
Almost.
Yeah.
There's
You
an
still made a
event,
little bit
right?
more sense.
Yeah, there's an event, right, to get verified. Like they do it like twice a month or something like that, like a verify night on Discord or something like that.
Yes, verify night. Right now it's verify or live verify night, but before then, and actually when I got verified, it was completely silent. There was no Discord. So what it is the Ifunny, not moderators, because they quote unquote got rid of those. But the upper members of Ifunny and some of the other users get together and they discuss who should get verified. And they look for these 3 things like content, consistency, and the positive community input. And they go based off of nominations. This can be on Twitter. This can be on Taz's profile. And one other place that I'm forgetting at the moment because I'm stupid. Oh, the Discord. These 3 places. So as long as you're nominated and you're nominated honestly enough, the feature team will look at it and say, all right, cool, let's give this profile a listen or a look and let's figure out what they're going for. And then after that, they will verify a couple users per night. And then that's that. You got the blue check mark and you get a colored name if you want. I opted out of it because it's a little cringe on my part, but whatever.
Yeah. He's like, I opted out, not 12, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get a colored username. But yeah, that's pretty much the process and how it goes. For my situation, this is back before they had to verify live, so I couldn't hear when it was being verified, so I had to go to the airport, and so it was on the way back from the airport. I was just waiting. I was in the car. I was driving back home, and this is a good 2-hour drive. And I'm not going to give you anything else because you might be able to pinpoint where I live. Anyways, but it was a good
where were you heading?
couple-hour
Was
drive
there like
to
a
get back home.
McDonald's on your left, or?
I know, right? What city was this? But yeah, so on the way back, like I was just constantly refreshing Ifunny, just because I'd been nominated a couple times, and this was finally the night that it happened. I was like, yes, finally. And the main point for getting verified for me was not for that clout, because like I said before, Ifunny clout is like the worst kind of clout to have.
Sure.
But it was for the fact that I could be like, that's InfoChecker and not those other copycat accounts, because I'd had a problem with a lot of people using my username or similar usernames, and then people associating the negative stuff that they do with InfoChecker.
Yeah.
And it was hard to develop a good, strong brand of someone that's nice, someone that's informational, and someone that's consistent with that kind of stuff happening, because I would go onto comments and there would be an InfoChecker copycat that would just be saying the wrong thing or something like locally inappropriate, but it had all the likes.
Didn't
And
even
I'd go into
realize
the
that
comments,
that's big, yeah.
Exactly. I go into the comments underneath it and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe InfoChecker said this. And it's like, no, I did.
Oh, that's horrible.
Exactly. So getting that check mark was really good. It was like, finally, this. All right, here. This is me. No one else.
Okay.
Like I can have that
Yeah.
identification.
And that goes on to the next question that I had is there's a lot of people that want to have sex with you.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I sent a video in the Discord here a while ago telling Bert about who we're getting on and everything. And yeah, you just search InfoChecker
and that's it.
got-
You'll have your porn for the week.
yeah, we got your name, and then I want to fuck InfoChecker and fuck InfoChecker, and I want like different ways of saying I want to fuck InfoChecker, and
I know, right? They're trying to be creative with it, but at this point,
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So blatant.
InfoChecker's dad. Yeah, this is
InfoChecker's cat, InfoChecker's cousin, brother, sister. They're getting the whole family out there. Now, actually, a couple of those accounts were created by some family and friends, or family and friends, I guess, that knew me and knew that I was InfoChecker, and they would do it to mess with me because they'd come on and be like, I'm not going to say who, because then you'd have the account name, and then I don't know how pressurable they would be into giving up information, but they would just go and tease me and junk like that. That was, that was that. But that was kind of more the lax kind of stuff, because other people like seriously get into it, and they'll like send me messages describing what they do to me, and I would just kind of like be like, you don't know if I'm a boy or a girl. I haven't really given my gender out, if it's not obvious at this point though. But still, because I didn't want to be sexualized. I didn't want to have all that kind of stuff. And there I was,
Right.
a fact-checking account. Like, I don't know how much more boring you could get, but yet Ifunny still finds a way to sexualize that junk.
yeah.
I don't know if there's anything they couldn't.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a community. That's that's for sure. It definitely kind of grows with the reputation, especially like InfoChecker is literally a meme of Ifunny. It's a part of Ifunny at this point now too.
Yep, I'll go down in history whether I want to or not.
Yeah, literally. Like there's
For a blip.
there's like features like talking about InfoChecker and shit like that. Like it's a huge thing, and I just think that's so fucking cool with it.
Which also, go ahead. But like, never mind.
Go
Sorry,
ahead, bro.
you don't get to
Yeah,
go ahead.
no.
I get to go ahead. I'm kidding.
Okay.
But
No, Bert, you
just
talk. Fuck
also
off.
with the exactly.
Okay.
But also the cool thing about the account is I got to jump off other accounts, so you get like other okay, I'm not gonna say the names just cause, but like you have other accounts that like something checker or there's that other one, Airplane Friend, that jumped off from InfoChecker as well. It was cool to like see those other accounts grow. Of course, like me trying to help them too, I'd like repub their stuff real quick, like for a night and see if it like got anywhere. It was always just so cool. Like I was actually having an impact in the community. I could like literally make other people, happier. And that like blew my mind. Like if I ever got sad, like on a regular day, like that literally like made me happy, knowing like, well, if I make myself sad, that's one thing, but I can literally make someone's day by repubbing something. And it just like was such an amazing feeling. And then like, I don't know, all that kind of stuff. It was so awesome to be able to do that kind of stuff with people and to like make them happy. Because I never got that position or anything like that beforehand.
Very cool.
Just to have that kind of power to like actually make somebody happy by doing something super simple. Like you could literally fucking
it's so
sneeze and
stupid.
repub somebody and it would make them happy. Like
Yeah, I just remember when I used to get like when I was not younger, but in a different. I guess you're also younger, but with a
baby
different account, the
InfoChecker.
older one, a baby. No, it was before baby InfoChecker. Like with the other ad account, I got repubbed by a big user. His name's Bong, Bong. He's an amazing guy, and I got repubbed by him, and it made me freak out. I was like, I have 20 notifications in my iFunny. Holy flip. I was like freaking out. Like just the amount that I was getting from it like completely made the rest of my week. And so hopefully like I can do that kind of stuff with other people now that I have this, position that I can bring other people and like make them happy as well. Hopefully it doesn't come off as like condescending. Or
no, not
like
at all. No. I think that's awesome that you see the impact and happy that you can do that kind of thing. Like make somebody else happy kind of thing. Like it's and that's one thing that we kind of strive for here on the show is we were asked the other day when we were looking for some people to add to the team. They were like, "What do you want this show to be?" And we really want to make a kind of community for everybody. But the big thing is if we can help people in the right direction that they want their content to be in. We want to be a part of that. So whether it's shouting out other people or being a guest on other podcasts and things like that, like we want to be able to do that for people, because it's so hard to be noticed nowadays, or ever, I guess, with everything. And for us to be a kind of stepping stone would be awesome for those people, to where like, hey, we actually like these guys, you should check them out, and then all of a sudden they get a little following behind it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always awesome to be able to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a pretty good feeling. So going forward, talking about Ifunny just a little bit more, you've actually fact checked quite a bit of my work.
Have I now?
So I appreciate that.
Put me on the spot. Really?
It's not even my work at all. I'm not going to even act
screen
like
grabs.
Yeah. And so I'm sure you know about the account, because that's what I was fucking messaging you on. It's the WTF Fun Facts. I've been doing that since 2014. And
nice.
The account finally got a feature when I was eating a bowl of tricks, and I was so fucking happy about it. And then the features just kept fucking rolling in one right after another, where I would get two or three in one day.
I can always
something.
guarantee that you have more features than I do. I have 7 total features, and that's it.
Yeah, you got a lot more followers than I do, though. You got like 40,000 subscribers.
Features. Holy freak. I'm looking at your feature count. You got 102. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's exciting and everything, but at the end of the day, I don't get any pussy from it, so no, I'm kidding. No, it's awesome. Like literally, like growing up in like middle school and high school, I'm like, oh boy, could you imagine getting featured? It'd be so fucking cool and everything. And yeah, and then apparently Ifunny tells me 100 later, and like I literally will be playing video games with Bert. I'm like, hey, got featured again.
Yeah.
Go back to getting fucked in Apex, but
there you go.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with Ifunny though, is because it's giving me like 8 features every time one of them gets featured. It's weird. Like I literally just texted Bert this morning. I'm like, look I got my 98th feature. Like I sent him the feature that got featured, and then I just got to keep saying feature. I got to really flex my clout here, I guess.
Of course, yeah. Let's go.
And then I showed the total, and it was at 98. And then before you got on InfoChecker, I got featured again, and then it went up to 102. I'm like, what the fuck ever.
Always fun. Like I said, I'm still stuck at 7, so if you want to throw a couple your
yeah, seriously. And you deserve them a lot more than I do, because you actually make yours. I literally go to the WTF Fun Fact website and
it works.
And then upload it. Yeah. And that's where Bert and Burger was actually able to grow, because once that took off, we were actually able to put in Bert and Burger in there.
There you go.
And that's where things started to take off with it. Take off is a very lax fucking term, let me say. But
taking off. It's coming.
Yeah. So it's cool to be able to post that work on there and do those kind of things. But yeah, you've definitely checked to see if I was fucking right. And I'm like, God damn it, I don't write these. I literally just their website that I get them from is literally plastered all over the picture like 6 fucking times.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you have that sense of humor towards it, because a lot of people that I fact check, if it's ever wrong, I'd say like a good 50% of the time the comment is taken down by the person that posted it.
Oh man.
So I can't, and then people will tag me in it and then send it my way and be like, hey, you should fact check this. And it's like, I can't. They deleted my comments. I tried to.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. So I'm glad that you have that sense towards it. So
yeah, fuck it. I don't care if it's fake or not. It probably is fake. I'll read something like, that ain't true, and then I'll upload it anyways.
But it's good content.
Yeah, seriously, whatever they want to see. And people will give me shit about it, and I'm like, I don't fucking write these. And then other times it's like I will even comment in the comments how stupid the fact is. Like there was one the other day that I posted where it was a vein in the elbow or something. Like like when you stretch your arm out and the like little vein pops out on the your elbow side. It was like talking about the name of it, and I'm literally like, K. I'm like, that was fucking stupid, but I still uploaded. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Here you guys go. If you want it, take it.
One of y'all find it interesting.
Yeah, seriously. So, but yeah, like people will give me shit about that. They'll be like fake and gay. I'm like, K.
Yep, that's always it.
Seriously. I did get one of like a few months ago that actually was featured that wasn't a fun fact. And I was super excited about that. I mean, it was like, what's the weirdest fact you know? And so it was still facts, but it wasn't like from that website. So I was like, all right, Bert, we're getting closer to one of the highlights taken off.
Yeah,
we just need one of them to be featured, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That'll be the day.
So yeah, I feel like what I post and what you do, we should be like enemies. Kind of
I know,
thing.
right? It should
It's
be
like
like that.
I post nothing but facts, and you post nothing but checking my facts, kind of thing.
Exactly.
So,
Oh, in that sense, it could be the best duo ever. But also
Exactly.
enemies, whichever we want.
yeah, like you would post something, you're like, "Yeah, this is fake," and I'm like, "Lol, oof,
Lol.
they got it wrong." Yeah, shit, damn. But yeah.
Well, it should like show you how often like even these things. I was gonna say accredited. I don't know how accredited what the fuck fun facts is. Or
Yeah, same. No idea. Couldn't tell you.
But like how often, yeah, exactly. How often they still get it wrong. It shows you how often that kind of stuff happens all the time. And like if I don't know, sorry, you're gonna get me like I'm trying to go a billion different directions at this point. But like there's so many times where people wouldn't be able to give you information, or if that there is no fact checking in a sense that is just people take it as face value, and people are so much likely to believe things on social media and by their peers and stuff like that, and it kind of gets me at sometimes. It's like not I'm trying to use the wrong words here, sorry.
Welcome to the Burtonberger podcast, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Very
want people to be. I want people to be informed. That's really my main goal. And so it's awesome that people like you take the time to provide this information in general, whether right or wrong, but that there is someone that can like come along and like say, yes, this is good, true, trust this source. This guy knows what he's talking about, or not.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and people take things like for face value. They don't look into it at all. Like, for example, I go and I check my account and see who viewed it and also see who didn't subscribe while they were there. So it
you'll
goes
find that
both
a lot.
ways. Is anybody catching my drift here? I just got a blue check mark to check out my account, and then they left the account without subbing to their good buddy. So that tells you what InfoChecker thinks of us, Bert.
Oh, I see.
What you talking about? I'm literally still on your account. I haven't left it yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Still pulled
Gotcha.
up.
Yeah. He's contemplating hitting the button then.
Right.
With everything.
I'm not contemplating anymore.
Just
gonna make
there
me
he is.
change it.
Okay, we're good. Never mind.
I had 50 subscribers, and I love that number. So I'm gonna have to find someone else to unsubscribe.
Yeah, go unsubscribe to somebody else. Do iScare. He's a bitch. No, JK. I love iScare.
I am subscribed to iScare.
Yeah, I went through it. Yeah, I checked them all. Yeah, I was like, I wonder if he subscribed to me. I'm like, nah, okay. I mean, who would want to be subscribed to us, right, Bert? Besides all of our lovely listeners.
Nah, I'm probably
what
gonna
the heck?
unsubscribe for that meme race thing. Ugh. I posted and they didn't even include me. How dare they?
Yeah,
Not even for the
literally.
winners thing or anything like that. They didn't even put me in the explore tab, and I was like, "Rip, I see how you feel for me."
He actually did unsubscribe. He's back to 50.
No, I unsubscribed from someone else. Yeah, y'all are good.
Yeah. Okay, we're good then, Bert. We're on his good side.
No, most of the people that I'm subscribed to are actually mutually subscribed. Actually, I think literally all of them except for parental advisory vids. I'll shout them out. Their content's good.
Oh yeah, I see your boy Bong down here too.
Oh
Bong.
yes, Bong. Like if I had to give one shout out, that would be Bong. Bong's
And the diary of
amazing.
shit posters. Yeah.
Yes,
This is
he's
dope.
awesome. He's everything I'm not. He's really amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah. And then lastly, I mean, we can't talk about other things than fucking Ifunny this entire time, but I did want to touch up again just a little bit on that podcast that you're doing. So you jumped into it a little bit. Do you want to kind of just like shout the fuck out of it? I'm super interested to hear more about it.
Well, right now it's still a thing in development. We posted a thing on Ifunny to get sort of like the momentum moving and to let people know. But we don't have a set date yet. But once we get enough episodes, probably around 10, we're going to release them episodically, and it's going to be amazing. We're going to be talking to the big users of Ifunny, the people that maybe won't respond to a DM or stuff like that. People that are absolutely incredible and have some perfect stories to tell of their life from Ifunny to like their life in general, and all these cool, awesome stories that you won't really get to hear. And we're going to be bringing these people's and account to life, and it's going to be amazing. So you should definitely check it out. It's called the iTalk Podcast, and you can go to InfoChecker on Ifunny and check it out from there. There's also going to be a YouTube channel, and we'll be able to provide more information from there as we actually develop it more. But it's exciting. Yeah. Y'all should definitely check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of passion behind it when you talk about it. That's fucking awesome.
Well, my whole major is media, so like I know how to like work around with junk. I'm trying to figure out cool animations and junk, sort of like similar to what y'all do for y'all's, because I love the way that y'all's animation is with like the little voice bubbles. Or
the
waveforms.
Yeah, that's what Bert. Yeah, that's what my cousin Bert actually brings to the fucking show. It's usually just me and you talking to each other, InfoChecker, and Bert giggling in the background, and then he goes and edits it for like 6 hours. So.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah. No, seriously, but yeah, no, that sounds really, really exciting for it. So we'll make sure that we can drop any links when it does come out, and repub your shit too, so more people can see it. That's a pretty exciting podcast, and of course, any podcast that grows out of Ifunny, Bert and I have a soft spot for it in our hearts. So,
of course, yes, all humble beginnings at the start from Ifunny.
Yeah,
true that.
Yeah, seriously. So, make sure you check out the podcast. I'm sure it'll be fucking badass. So,
ooh yeah.
Going forward with some stuff, we do have some other housekeeping rules that we have to go over. And I did reach out to you, InfoChecker. You actually forced us to develop a list of movies that we've seen in the past, because I was super nervous about that as well, about what if a guest suggests something that we've seen and we're like, lol, we've already seen it, get fucked, dude.
It's like, well, freak, that's the only one I had.
Yeah, exactly. So, InfoChecker forced us to. We'll call it like the InfoChecker list, the InfoChecker rule, where we send out movies to a guest so that they don't get fucked over. But we have this segment called Booby Time, and what we do is we ask guests to send us pictures of their tits, and we are making this big compilation.
Yeah, you got them, right? You managed to get them?
Yeah. I sent them to Bert, and
yep.
Oh, that's where they went.
Didn't respond for like 15 minutes later. But yeah, so, no, but basically it's a time where we talk about fucked up movies that a guest makes us watch. So, for example, we've watched really fucked up movies that I don't even want to think about again, but we've watched like Tusk, and we've watched what were some other ones, Bert? I Spit on Your Grave, Cannibal Holocaust, and
Mandy.
Yesterday we watched Rubber. Have you seen that one, InfoChecker?
Oh, Rubber, yes, the tire. That's a classic, though. You can't call that one messed up.
Yeah. Well, that's what our previous guest suggested as a weird, fucked up movie.
Of course.
And good thing you've seen it, because we can talk about it for a second. So, first of all, InfoChecker, when was the last time you saw Rubber? If you say like 3 days ago, I'm a poop.
No, it's been a fat while.
That's what
all I
everybody
remember
says.
is like the basics. I know, right? It's been I remember the basics, like him going around killing people. But I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't something you go there expecting at all, and it's not something that you watch. Exactly, you don't expect to come away from this being like, I learned something. No, not with this movie.
What is life? Yeah.
I know, right? It's literally just like, a car tire running around, killing people. And spoilers. Sorry, but
Oh
that's pretty much
shit!
it.
Yeah, seriously, spoilers and booby time. No, the point is people usually aren't gonna watch these fucking movies anyways for the
of
most
course.
part. So,
Well, I do recommend it. It's pretty good.
yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah, so Bert and I watched it yesterday. He came over and we held hands and we watched it together.
Of course.
And
As I usually do.
yeah, so it's
Yeah.
basically incest. But that's not as fucked up as what happened in some of the other movies we've seen. But
Him moaning isn't helping anything.
the movie was actually super well done. Like, it actually looked really good. And somebody that's going in the film industry, like, if you haven't seen it in a while, dude, you might want to watch it again through the lens that you have now, because it looks really good. Like, it doesn't look like it was recorded on an iPhone 2. I mean, it looks good. And,
Even for coming out in 2010.
yeah,
It's
seriously.
11 years old.
Yeah, son of a bitch. Seriously. So, now the plot wasn't there, InfoChecker. I mean, I really wasn't following the plot real good, you know what I mean? But I don't think that's
No,
what they
exactly.
were
That's what I'm
shooting
saying. You
for.
can't walk away from this understanding something important. It's more like, well, there goes, however freaking long the movie is.
An
What is
hour
it,
and a half, hour
22?
45, 6 hours, it
Yeah.
felt like. Fuck.
You don't walk away from that feeling
Yeah.
good. Oh, I guess you could feel good, but like feeling complete. That's not what I want. The recommendation I have, however, should, bouncing from that, the movie that I'd recommend should actually make you come away with a sense of something. So, have you ever seen the movie Midsummer?
Have not. I've heard of it, though.
Okay.
That was a new movie, right? Came out like last year, right?
It came out in 2019. Ari Aster. It's the same director that did freaking
Rubber, lol.
No, not Rubber. Oh my gosh, I can't remember this. It's the other the horror one. Freak if I have to look this up. It's
Come
like-
on,
it's a-
InfoChecker. You
I
might
know,
have to-
right? I know. That's what I'm saying. I'll show you how dumb I really am. Midsummer
our best friend.
movies. I think it's Hereditary.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's Hereditary.
Hereditary is a big one, yeah.
So yeah, I knew that. I'm just stupid. But yeah, so it's like Hereditary, but in my opinion, so much more disturbing. You don't watch Midsummer for jump scares. You watch it for the horror aspect. It's not like a scary movie. It literally will get at you and feel disturbing. It's about cults and how they manipulate people into joining their cults. But it's told through a narrative format, so it's not like informational. But in my opinion, this is an amazing movie. I fell in love with this immediately after I watched it. It's perfect. So Midsummer 2019 by Ari Aster, I recommend.
Sure. Gotcha. No, we'll definitely check it out. It's actually one that I've wanted to see for a while. I'm glad I haven't
Well,
seen it
hopefully
yet.
this is your inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, if I remember right, it's about cults, like you said, and I think there's like lots of like inappropriate sexual touching, for as much as I know.
That's a scene, definitely.
But I mean, that's no different than Bert when he's drunk. But anyways,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dude, that back massage slapped.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we check out some Midsummer action there. And
Get that
hopefully
action.
it gives us the willies like doing fine ASMR does when he talks to us. So.
Yes.
We'll check that out. Bert, what did you think of Rubber? What was your thoughts on that? If you tell me if it's a masterpiece.
Well, no, I definitely did feel hollow afterwards. But
Yeah.
But like overall, if you think about it, it was very creative. They were very cute the way they're like, yes, the movie about nothing, where nothing
about
makes
nothing.
sense. Why did this happen? No reason. You know, as the dude rolls up in the
Yeah.
whip and gets out of the trunk of the car and he's holding a glass of water. It was very silly. I think you were saying when we were watching it, like, we need more movies like this kind of Naked Gun-esque kind of, I don't know if you'd still call it satirical at that point. It's like uber satirical. Uber satirical.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that is very cool.
I don't know if creative's the right word to use at all.
no, it's definitely
literally
creative.
as
It's more like-
creative as a movie can get. Where
Yeah, it's like analytically creative adjacent. It's so like creative that it's not creative.
if InfoChecker's the director of it and he's trying to like
We're gonna feel
I know,
really
right?
bad.
Y'all talking crap about it, and I'm over here crying.
talking about his baby?
He
Yeah,
was the little kid.
yeah, seriously. But yeah, no, that was definitely what we were looking for weird, and we want the most fucked up shit and everything. So we're
Well,
getting
you'll get
some midsummer action. So,
Beautiful.
we'll definitely check that out. And the thing is with booby time, it sounds like movie time, so that's why we talked about titties. I don't know if that was like a burning question in the back of your mind there, Checker, but
I know, right? Check out my OnlyFans if you want those.
yeah.
Exactly.
Damn, this
Same.
is the second guy in a row that said that he has an OnlyFans.
I'm just joking with that.
Podcast.
I would be killed immediately.
We actually have one, believe it or not.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's something you have.
there, yeah. There's no content on it. I mean, we literally made it because Bert wanted to look at one of his Tinder matches on there, but
No.
Hey.
You. Well, maybe we were both interested, but
I
Oh,
was
y'all shifting the blame there.
I
Y'all
wanted the
shifting
selfie
blame.
pics.
true.
Bert's friend offered us like $50 to like sell feet pics or something. So now I'm kind of
Bro,
intrigued,
you
but-
selfie pics.
It was
Yeah.
weird.
Hold on, I don't want to be advocating for that, so no.
True.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
telling you, people are
I
gonna
got,
come back and be like, "Info told us to sell feet pics." That's ugh. Thank you. I'm not advocating for porn.
that's okay. Again, InfoChecker isn't condoning it, but Bert and Burger, on the other hand,
Yes,
you
go
know,
for it.
go ahead, sell your
To
feet,
your own.
fucking
Absolutely.
weirdos. God damn. But yeah, so just kind of going forward with it. So you're in the film industry, like that's what you're trying to go into, like that's what you're in college, or like what
No,
can
yeah,
you
well,
tell
I'm
us like
graduating.
comfortably about that stuff?
Absolutely. So I'm graduating with a film degree. It's not called a film degree, but for privacy's sake, I'm graduating with a film degree this upcoming week. So not this week, but
Damn.
next week. I literally have my graduation, and then I'm out, and I'm into the film industry. And one thing I do have an internship for is Black Panther 2, going to be filmed in Norcross, Georgia.
Holy
And that's
shit.
Going to be, it's going to be awesome. You will be able to see my name at the very bottom of the credits, right before the pizza logo.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully. Which you won't be able to pick it out, but you just know I'm there. But
We're just
that's
gonna read
super
them
cool. It's
all
good.
and
If anything,
get excited.
I know, right? But
We're
is
gonna make
that
an
him?
Excel
Is
sheet.
that
We're gonna
him?
expose this bitch. We're gonna
Exactly,
dox
figure
him.
Figure it out.
Chill.
But it's
Yeah.
super cool. It's through an internship with the GFA, Georgia Film Academy, and I've been taking classes there, which has been better than the college low-key that I'm in right now. So, but that's a whole story for a different time. But yeah, so the film industry, it's really cool. I love creating things, which makes me not being able to share them on Ifunny to these people so much harder, because I specialize in musicals, so musical short films. I've submitted one of my previous films for film festivals, and it's already gotten loads of awards: best picture, best music, best dance, to name a few. And it's so cool to be able to have that. And I just finished another one about, well, it's a musical. It's about two girls, and they're twins, and that's pretty much all I can say about it. But it goes from there.
I've seen a film like this before, but I don't think.
Yeah,
it was
I know,
directed
right?
By you.
much less a musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's super cool to be able to like make stuff and create, and to be able to use the knowledge I have from the film industry to make my own things. So once I get into the film industry, it's probably going to be a feast and famine type deal where I make some content and then I go work on content to make money so I can fund my new content, so I can
Okay.
go make more
Yeah,
content.
it's like a
So it's
cycle.
gonna be like I swap exactly. Hopefully a fun one though. I've been on set loads of times before, especially with my own projects, and I always have a blast doing it. Sometimes the work days can be hard, especially with the hours. Especially being in the film industry, they fight for only 12 hours because most movie sets will literally make you go from 12 onwards. You can work 16, 18-hour days, and that's
Damn.
normal. It's a normal day. And then turn around and do it again the same day or the next day. So it's gonna be some fun hours, which means I will stay in shape hopefully the rest of my life until I get out of the industry. It's something I'm not too worried about though. But Yeah.
So can
it'll
you
keep me
tell
active.
us what you do in the film, or would that be doxing you too much? Like maybe
Well,
not this,
Okay, so I am
not
yeah,
the
yeah,
Black
of
Panther
course.
one, but like in general,
Well,
like what you want to do, like whatever that
for-
won't dox you.
Yeah. For Black Panther, it's probably just going to be a PA, an assistant, basically, which means I
Okay.
run around getting coffee, honestly. So
Nice.
that's for Black Panther. Yeah, nice. It'll be the sense I'll be at the bottom of the totem pole. I'll be in the mailroom kind of thing, just helping out until I can, build a name. They'll be like, oh, that kid, InfoChecker.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. Going
He
from
can
there.
Grab some great fucking coffee.
Oh my gosh, yes. Exactly. He's on the ball all the time. But for my own films, I am in charge of everything. That's from pre-production to production to post-production. I have a bit of a fear with letting other people dictate too much of my own stuff.
Sure.
So
yeah.
I write my music, and it takes months to write musical music. And the same with the lyrics. I do my own lyrics. I plan out my own shots. I grab my own equipment. I crew up my own people. And then when it all said and done, I go and I edit my own stuff. And I've literally got Premiere pulled up right now, which is what I use to edit my films. I know I sent a screen grab in the Discord chat, and prove it. Premiere is still pulled up along with Photoshop and all that fun stuff. It's just a constant making things, and that's what I love about the industry. But for what I really do is like pretty much everything. I do literally everything in the industry, which is cool for now, but it is pretty stressful at times because I am in charge of
bet.
everything.
I bet,
On
yeah,
set,
fuck.
especially for my own stuff, my name's being called all the time. They'll be like InfoChecker, be like, yo, Info, hey, what about this shot? Or Info, can we get the props for this? Or what's this shot gonna look like? I have to make sure not to use my real name. But yeah, constant. My name being called everywhere, which is fun. It's also very stressful because if something goes wrong, it's the director's fault. And that's what you're really going to look at any film in general. When you go to watch a film, if you don't like it, you don't blame the lighting department or the producer. You blame the director. No matter how much or little say they had in the shot or the design of that, it's the director's fault. So that stress is probably going to be there for the rest of my life anyways, but that's fun because I'm not going to make any crappy content anyways.
Hell
All my
yeah.
stuff is going to
Damn.
be perfect.
Damn.
Or if
Well, I
you
mean,
do
you're
make
on the-
really crappy, and then you might be featured on our podcast.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, let's watch some crappy movie. Who we got?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're on the podcast, so I guess not all your shit's perfect, but yeah, that's really cool though, dude. So yeah, like if you ever need a voice actor or anything, let me know, and if you ever need a janitor for the set to clean up people's cum, I mean, Bert will be there for you. So
Oh, yeah, of
Yep.
course. Yeah, you can always count on him.
yeah,
Yep.
seriously,
Yes,
he comes
sir.
in clutch.
I really do.
Yeah, janitor Bert.
That's always
Okay,
fun.
so that's really dope though. So with the internship, like, are you gonna be there for the entire film, or are you there for a few months? Like, how
And
the
that's
fuck
what's cool
does that
about
work?
it. Through the internship with the GFA, I will be there from start to finish, where they need me. And it's a paid internship too. I wasn't
Holy
expecting
shit,
it, but I'll be
lucky
making money
bastard.
off of it as well.
I mean, it is
so
Marvel, yeah. Yeah, they can
I know,
probably
they oughta.
toss you a $50 bill.
I know, right? I just wasn't expecting to get paid. I was kind of like trying to decipher my own way of having to fork over money to drive to Atlanta every day and stuff like that.
That's awesome,
Hopefully,
though.
I mean, that's not gonna be the case anyways. They'll be able to pay me. All I need, Loki, just pay me gas and food. Dude, I'll work for almost free. Don't let them know that. But
Sure.
just
yeah.
get me there, and I'll be there.
Yeah, any Marvel CEOs or anything that are listening to this episode, you don't want to do it for free. Make sure.
Well,
make sure
hopefully you won't be able to pinpoint me anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously,
True.
that's really cool though. I mean, you starting out with a fucking Marvel movie. Holy shit.
I know, right? That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that or my dad really wants me to work on MacGyver, which also films in Georgia. So he's been trying to get me to do that as well. It's a TV show, and that would be amazing as well. It's outdoorsy, it's innovation based, which is something really cool in general. But I was like, but Marvel, like if I go to
Seriously.
put my resume to someone else, be like, oh, I worked on a TV show MacGyver, or I worked on freaking a Marvel movie. Like, which
Yeah,
one of the
that
two
makes
are you gonna want?
Yeah, seriously. So all of your interest is behind the camera. Then it sounds like.
For the most part, I do sing, I do play instruments, I love performing and that kind of stuff. But that's not the stuff that I want to make a career out of. I do want to use the music as a career.
Sure.
And thankfully, I can sing well enough that I can show other people how to sing. So it's like, if I need you to hit this note right here, then they can be like, oh, cool, that note. But it's not like I could go and freaking Liam Payne or Justin Bieber it or anything like that. So I'll let people that work for me do that kind of stuff. Let me just be the basis. So I'll send them a file recording of how I want the musical to sound. And of course, it's me singing. And I'll be like, all right, disclaimer, like, you can interpret this however you want. This is the way I'm singing it. Please add anything and everything into it.
Sure.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's really cool. And is it the film stuff too? Because you mentioned like musicals, and when I think of musicals, I know obviously they can be films, but I think of like plays and stuff like that as well, like the Broadways and things like that.
I've written a couple musicals for that, but most of the musicals I do are for film. So think like The Greatest Showman or 21 Chump Street or La La Land, that kind of stuff. Mamma Mia. Those are the films I've been gravitating towards more, just because an actor is ridiculously talented in themselves. But in my opinion, if that actor can sing or perform, it just completely blows open the amount of talent that we can capture on screen, which is why I love doing this kind of stuff. Plus, I have a soft spot for musicals in general. I don't know how often y'all listen to musicals for Broadway or anything.
Oh, Bert
like
does
that.
all the time.
Are you serious? Really?
No,
no. All the time.
In school, there
Hamilton,
was
Mean
some
Girls,
stuff, but
Wicked, any of those?
No,
No Hamilton?
no, I had friends who did that stuff, but
Okay, well,
Not
you tell me what
directly.
you've listened to then. Come From Away,
Bert's only
anything
seen
that?
like 3 Marvel movies, dude. So
Oh,
be
the
careful.
Fiddler
What you
on the
doing?
Roof was a big one.
That's
The
sad.
Babadook,
about
what'd you
it.
say?
The Fiddler on the Roof, that was a big one.
Oh, Fiddler on the Roof.
I think there was another couple too that I forget.
Yeah, InfoChecker, make him watch some fucking musicals because he'll do it.
Oh, don't even. I can give you a list.
Do it.
One a million miles high.
Give him hell.
If I had to
info.
recommend any, it'd be Hamilton on Disney Plus. Not that
There
I'm
you go.
advocating for Disney Plus, but that Disney Plus has Hamilton, and Hamilton is good. Speaking
I
of
agree.
which,
Go, Bert.
In the Heights is coming out this summer. It's one I'm looking forward to a ridiculous amount. It's written by the same guy that wrote Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's absolutely phenomenal. He's an amazing artist and writer. And In the Heights is gonna be out June 11th. July 11th. It's somewhere in June or July. This summer, basically.
Okay.
But it's phenomenal, and I really want to do a music video to one of their songs. I've been workshopping that. But if I had to recommend anything, it's that one. Even though I haven't seen it, I've just seen clips and trailers. But boy, am I ready for that! Oh, In the Heights.
Nice. So, Albert, you got to go watch Hamilton.
Okay.
Tell me if it's
He
any
said
good.
okay.
Secondary.
Who would have thought that all of this energy came from a fucking fact checker on Ifunny? Seriously.
I know, right?
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
just a faceless
amazing.
profile.
Yeah, maybe that's why you want to do your podcast so bad, is because you're like,
Yeah.
that's me.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Exactly.
that's quite the badass thing there. Yeah, no. So guys, make sure you check out our boy InfoChecker though. He's got quite the range and everything, and hopefully someday we can watch him on the big screen. I'm trying to make sure that we don't dox you, even though I don't fucking know anything about you. I mean,
You're totally good. I appreciate the effort.
yeah, who this motherfucker is, guys, your guess is as good as mine. Seriously, I have no idea. So he probably could be my fucking dad, and I wouldn't know. But I was wondering, like, when you come on, I was wondering if you're gonna have a voice thing or something like that to make your voice sound differently.
Disguise. No, if
Yeah.
that's the case, then you would probably want to get suspicious. Be like, okay, who the freak is this?
Yeah, seriously, he's a Spielberg or something that we're talking to. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But anyways, man, wrapping everything up, do you want to shout out your shit just so everyone knows where to go?
Well, the only stuff I could shout out, it would be my Ifunny account. Ifunny is an amazing app. It's a meme app. It's where you can look at pictures and GIFs and all this fun stuff. It's really awesome. They got videos, TikToks, the combination of basically all the cool stuff, but making sure that it's cool. So it's like a giant filter for all the memes. They've got loads of great artists and people there that create some cool stuff, including this account here,
Lol.
Bert and Burgers. Burgers and Bert.
What a sweetheart.
and what the fuck _ fun facts,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Sorry. But yes, no, there's tons of great accounts and amazing stuff like this. And that's where I reside for InfoChecker. So what I do is I post misconceptions and fun facts and cool things like that. So if you've ever wondered, or ever had like a misconception, be it like how many guinea pigs you're legally allowed to have in freaking Switzerland, I think, or how much of the percentage of the brain is used, or what color is your blood really under your skin, or anything like that, anything like that. You can find that on my channel. Tons of misconceptions, tons of fun facts, and loads of fun information for you to enjoy. Plus, it's all PC and very family friendly. So hopefully you won't get offended by anything I post. I try and make it for both. I've been called literally a liberal and a Republican, extremist and snowflake. So I feel like I covered my bases pretty well with being non-biased. And
We probably called you that on the Burger podcast, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't figure out any political affiliations or anything like that.
Sure.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. And the name of your upcoming podcast one more time?
That is going to be iTalk Podcast. And you can also find that on Ifunny. Look up iTalk Podcast. Or you can find something that I will repub, basically reposting or retweeting in a sense on Ifunny. And I can give more information from there.
Sure.
But it's amazing. There's going to be loads of people that work on it. We've got an amazing crew. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. A great insight to people that, have these amazing giant accounts, but you don't really get to know the actual person themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And this is that opportunity to get to know them exactly with what you're doing here with me, because this kind of stuff doesn't happen much. I don't really get onto podcasts much or at all, really.
Well, it's
so
because you were telling everybody you know
cool.
before, you piece of shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, I
No, I'm
was.
kidding.
I would do the text interviews, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. We would have got this guy on literally 50 episodes ago, but we're happy that he came on eventually. One shy of
So
69.
happy to be here. This was amazing. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on InfoChecker, and thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Burton Burger Podcast. As always, just trying to bring a little bit of the family element to the podcast world. And guys, don't forget, it's just comedy. Calm the fuck down. Bert, where can they find us?
Yes, we have full episodes up on YouTube and Spotify, as well as highlight clips on Twitter and TikTok, as well as some other highlight clips throughout the week on TikTok.
Lots of shit. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Guys, don't worry. Bert is still part of the podcast. He just refuses to fucking talk when we have guests on. I've asked him to get his own guest on, and he tells me to go fuck myself. So,
verbatim, right?
Yeah,
just like that.
Literally just like that. Oh, what did he tell me the other day, to eat his fucking pussy or something like that?
I did.
Yeah. So, that's what it's like to
giggle,
to comment with this piece of shit. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking us out, InfoChecker. Thanks again for coming on, dog.
It's been an absolute pleasure being here. I love meeting y'all and being able to talk about the stuff that we can create. So y'all are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
What a sweetheart. Thank you. My mom doesn't even say that about this show. So
just play that on repeat.
Yeah. It's gonna be my ringtone. All right, guys. Thank you again for checking us out. We'll see you next episode. Take care.
Peace.